Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It actually has the same design back to back, except one design has some more of these like decorative elements on it. So like these bits here are not part of the translation. Actually, we can make them red. So these guys here are just decorative elements to meet the kind of sharp or icy descriptor that my commissioner had for me for this D&D character's symbol. So with that being said, I'm actually going to read from this design, which has nothing added to it. Like this design has these added thin lines and spiky bits. So starting at the bottom, you read bottom counterclockwise, we have our first letter at the bottom of our first word, and this is a shallow divot, putting it into the third row. So the rows are based on how deep these divots are. So here's a deep divot top row, shallow divot third row. This is a full circle that is on the line of our word circle, and therefore the bottom row. So we have T, E, and then I should talk about vowels. Vowels are these little guys. See these four little circles? Those four little circles have nothing filling them up, so they're empty in the middle, and because they're smaller than the consonants, they are vowels. And vowels, they are dependent on where they're positioned. So this vowel being positioned in the center of that letter stem makes it an E, whereas this one is centered on the line of the word circle because they're both centered, they're both E's. But this one is external to the word circle, just like this one's external to the word circle. So these are both A's. So let's go ahead and read this. Shallow divot, no dots on it, and that makes it a T. And then an E centered on it. And then this shallow divot, if we look at these dots, there's 1, 2, 3 dots that are grouped together here with that letter, and that makes it a 3-dot R. And then we have these 1, 2, 3 dots all closest to this letter, so they have to go with it. And that's a Z, because a circle on the line, so bottom row, and then in the column with the 3 dots above it is Z. And then here's the A, so T-E-R-Z-A, so that's Terza. And then we have the deep divot with 1, 2, 3 dots again, so that's the D. Here's the E on the line, centered, and then the A external, so there's the Terza Dea. If I were to nitpick one thing about this design as far as potential ambiguity points, it would be this dot right here. So dots count on the closest viable letter stem. So this dot is pretty darn equidistant between these two letters here, this R and this Z. So if I wanted to be a nitpicker and try to read it wrong without thinking about context or anything, I could call this a shallow divot with only 2 dots, and this a circle crossing the line of the word circle with 4 dots. So that'd be an SH and a Q. But it makes much more, I think, visual sense to see these guys, these 3 dots, 1, 2, 3 dots as paired, as opposed to seeing these 1, 2, 3, 4 dots as paired on that. So anyway, that is the literal translation. And then as far as these little bits that I added over here on this design, these triple lines never actually end on anything. It'd be different if they like actually ended on that. They're just visual prettiness. Similarly, these don't actually touch anything, and they don't quite look like dots. And then this is just on the sentence circle, so it doesn't change anything. So yep, they're just decorative. Everything else is still right there. That's part of the actual words and letters. So yep, that is that design. I hope this video makes sense. Thanks. Bye.